she actually had shared the beautiful recording already, as you know, we shared that. I think there were a few questions which I wanted her to answer, but I did on her behalf. I'm just talking with you, Sandy. It's all good.
It's
We had a
all
good session.
good. It's all
We had a
good.
good
I'm glad
session.
you
Yeah,
got to have that
it's all
sense of
good.
humor,
That's
right?
okay.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it was good.
Yeah, this is the first time in a very long time that there's a conflict and I can actually attend.
All right,
Oh,
folks.
okay.
12:01 p.m. So we will get started. Welcome to our 10th Zoom session, Cindy. How about that? We keep going.
We're going.
Keep going. Yep. 10th Zoom session. Today is an amazing topic. It's about having an AI chatbot for your website and even possibly for messaging, where it can be added to other things that you use on social media. So, Cindy, what do you think? I know you're a pro at this. All excited?
I am. I did two calls this morning that had to do with chat widgets and using AI on your website. So literally worked on two of those today.
Oh, that's fantastic. So what I want to do is share a quick overview of what we're doing here, and then we'll get into the main session. The session is we are recording it as well as live streaming it on YouTube. So welcome everyone to our 10th Zoom session. Today is September 25th. And let me just share my desktop here quickly. Uh, Free to share where you are logging in from on the chat area. It is about chat, so let's use the chat tools today on Zoom. And there we go. Let me just go into full screen here for fun. Okay, you all seeing this, Cindy? Looking good? I love this images generated by ChatGPT. It's a fantastic tool to create visual images. You just have to give it some good prompts. What's interesting, I kept telling ChatGPT that make this image where there is no robot in there, and I think it finally gave up after three attempts. Just for fun, I said, I know it's a chatbot, but can you actually do something where there is no robot on the image? And it tried many times. I said, no, what, forget it. I'm just going to take it. So, I know a lot of these tools are still learning. That's a new shot from today, wearing the same shirt on this Zoom call. How about that? Summer cut or actually fall cut at this point. But that's me. Behind me is actually, we have this at our home and it's a pretty cool priorities list. It's called 21 Suggestions for Living Wisely and Well. And we've had this for like the last 18, 20 years now. It's been on that wall, and it's always a fun conversation piece that, when we have guests over. But I always loved number 18 when our kids were young and they used to grow up. And 18, you can't really see. I guess I'm hiding it, kind of. But
I can't
what
wait
it
to hear
says
it.
is, what it says, number 18 is love people more than things. And I think it was a very useful phrase when kids were growing up. When they used to say, well, can we buy this? Can we buy this? Look at number 18, kids. What does it say? Anyways, this
I love
21
that.
suggestions are pretty awesome, and I'm sure everybody will love it. I'll send a shot of that after the Zoom session. But that's our beautiful partner, Cindy. Cindy, a little bit about you.
Oh, hey. Well, let's see. I spent a lot of years selling equipment to engineers, and I worked in a company where we had this equipment and I'd put it in cases and travel around the world and sell it. And then I started my own company doing marketing for other small companies. And I really think that marketing is all about starting a sales conversation and just providing really useful information. So when somebody needs to buy something, they think of you. And that's what I do. I work with people to do that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Love conversations. I think if you don't have conversations, you have to be pretty lucky, or unless you're a large brand like Amazon or somebody, right? People just go and buy. But most all of us, when we are working with small businesses or, selling services, normally always requires a conversation. So absolutely. We're going strong. Now look at this. We are more than halfway through. Can you believe this, Sandy? It's pretty amazing, right?
Well, I'm so happy that we are able to get together every week and share information and share what's working. I kind of love it. So thank you, Sanjay.
Yeah, no, thank you, Cindy. And again, a lot of this is with AI. So even when it doesn't say AI, like today's session is AI-based website chat, right? So, and again, the next session coming up on October 9th, we like to include how AI is impacting some of this. So again, so not only we share why you should be marketing your business with some webinars, especially online, like the ones today on Zoom, but also how AI helps you in that process. So a quick update on oGoing. We're growing strong. We're actually in the midst of a new release. So of course, a lot of you have seen the oGoing.net website, which we have been sharing. But the .com is where all the fun happens, where all the businesses, all the small businesses join. And we have over 150,000 members. It's finally getting an amazing refresh, I would say. So we call it oGoing 2.0, which is going to go live hopefully by the end of this week or latest by next week. And this is kind of a major upgrade on oGoing's platform in the last 10 plus years. Quite excited, exhausted as well in terms of all the work that has gone into it. But I'm sure everybody's going to love it, and we are looking forward to having a fantastic release. And I'll give you an update on that at our next Zoom session and share how it went. But if but I'll of course send an email update before that. But again, get excited about this. I'm excited. And yeah, it's a great platform for business owners to come and share what you do. So, keep doing it on oGoing. Kokoro, quick 30 seconds. Do you need more, Cindy?
I don't. I feel like I already said it. I'm all about helping make marketing start a sales conversation, and we've got everything from my book that has the top 7 things we do for clients, to small little software packages to have like a little chatbot on your website, like we'll look at now, all the way up to done for you services for a big dollar amount and everything in between. So I'm all about helping. And I think about starting a weekly call, that to augment to go along with this, where people can just get on and ask their specific tech questions, like so about the chatbot and stuff like that. So if that's of interest, let me know.
Absolutely. Do share the link in the chat, Cindy, of course.
Mhm. Mhm.
But today is about AI chatbots. And before I get into the fun part of this presentation and then we show you a few examples, I wanted to do a quick poll, just to get you all using the little poll here. And, we have, it will take you 1 second to answer this. Are you currently using AI chatbot on your website? There you go. Answer away. It'll take you all of. I will give a little more time to folks. I know what is Cindy's answer, but go ahead. There we go. Uh, let's just share the results. So most of us are not. So that's why this session is actually important then, right? And we'll talk about why you should use it and why it totally makes sense, especially now that the chatbots have the kind of things that they do, right? So I would say let's go back into the presentation. I have a few fun quips to add, and then we will actually go into, showing you some examples. But Cindy, did you think all of us, or at least the ones that responded, they're not using it? What was your thought on that?
I think that a lot of people are not using it.
Yeah,
But I think a lot of people
but
want to use it. A lot of people want to
I
use
love
it.
that.
And then I just, right before I got on this call, I was talking with folks at a startup and they were saying, well, we want to use the chatbot, but we don't want it to be like spammy or weird. And that was their kind of worry or objection. So I'm just wondering if that's like a objection across the board. And then they went and tried mine. And then I was like, I gotta go. I'll see you later. Let me know what you think. So
So,
I think that people have worries about it. People have concerns that it won't be helpful. But on the other hand, once people try it, they find it actually helps a lot.
absolutely. So that's why we wanted to share a few important anecdotes and some examples very quickly. But here's a question: can chatbots actually help reduce support queries? And the jury is out, folks. The answer is yes, it can. A lot of, especially if you have a company which has products or complexities, in terms of what you have, even your own services, where a lot of people
Okay.
have simple questions. Yeah, 70% reduction overall. So, and of course, this is up to, so it could be 50%, but the reality is imagine if many of your prospects can get the answers they need most of the time using this AI chatbot. What's your thought on this, Cindy? Do you see this?
I do, and I think it's really handy for small businesses that we can't be we're small businesses. We just have one or two of us or whatever, and so it's hard to respond to everybody all the time. But yet, if you've got tools for people to communicate with you and for you to see who needs a response back really quickly, I do see it, and so I think it's great for getting appointments booked. So
Ah,
specifically, one of the calls I was on this morning, different company, not the one I just mentioned, but the previous call, they are trying to hire more people at their company. So that's their thing. And so they want to get people to book an appointment with the recruiter. And so we're
Yep.
using a chat bot to answer some basic questions about pay and benefits, and then say, and do you want to get on a call? And it's working. They're getting people on a call.
Fantastic. And we want to see that example if possible, Cindy. But absolutely coming back to your point, can they increase customer leads? In this case, Cindy's customer, obviously they wanted to get more people, hired or appointments. And yeah, absolutely, it works. And I said X% because obviously this is customer specific. Here we can't say it's 10%, it's 50%, right? But ultimately, the reality is that if it's built right, and if you, as long as your customers know that this is where and how they should interact it with, right? The answer is unequivocally yes. It will help you increase the leads that you have today versus after you deploy the chatbot. And if you don't, then go and call Cindy about it. No, just kidding. So, Cindy, your thoughts? Does it absolutely increase leads? I think it does.
Well, I think we want to increase conversations. At least that's
Yes,
where I'm hanging out with in the marketing world. So anything that's going to increase more conversations is going to give you eventually more customers. So more conversations equals more customers. If a chatbot's a way to get you more conversations, then yes.
yes.
absolutely. And I mean, that's what we do, right? When we go out to networking events, well, why do you think we go out and talk to a lot of folks, right? Because part of it is we want to evaluate, who is who, and ultimately, if out of the 10, 20 people we talk to, at least one or two will hopefully be, looking at our products and services. So I think from that vantage point, that's kind of what these AI-based chatbots do, right? They because otherwise you don't even know who is going to your website. Think about it. We're just sitting here not knowing what's happening. But now imagine if 20, 30, 40% of people who actually go to your website, they actually start having a conversation, even with our AI chatbot, then maybe out of that, 50% might leave behind their email or phone number or their name and say, hey, give me a call back. I want to talk. And some of these chatbots, as we will see, they actually can hand off the conversation to a live agent. So it's not that it's just AI based, right? If you are logged in, let's say, at that given
Right.
point in time on your website, then you can actually take over the conversation, especially if that's what happens. Uh,
Hmm.
do customers love them? This is a big question, Cindy.
I
How do we
think
answer
that
this?
I think it's just another method for folks to get in touch. If they don't love them, then they don't have to use it. They can pick up the phone or send an email. It's just the options. We know that most customers choose the business that responds to them first, especially in a B2C situation.
Mhm.
And so if we're out searching the web, and then we go to a website and then we get a response quickly, we're going to be more likely to choose that company. And if we don't get a response, we might start like looking around at other things. So I think the answer is yeah, if customers get like the information they need. If it's frustrating, no, they don't want to. But if we're doing a kind of simple thing like trying to book appointments or give some basic information, I don't think you can fail. I think it's a win-win for everybody.
It sure is, and I was talking to my father yesterday, and he's in India, and he's 88 plus, and he was talking about a certain website he was there, and how they were giving answers using AI, and he loved it. I'm like, Dad, are you sure you got the answer? He's like, oh yeah, I got the answers I was looking for, and I was actually kind of trying to tell him like, are you really sure? He's like, oh man, this was awesome. I said, wow. So there you go. If he loves it, then I think I would say most folks would like. He also thought it was kind of cool that here I'm getting responses from somebody that he actually thought was real, but it wasn't. It was an actually AI chatbot, and not just chat, they were actually responding with audio. So by the way, the next generation of AI chatbots
Ooh.
can have audio
Hmm.
responses as well
That's
as
right.
multilingual. They can be multilingual, folks. The technology is going through the roof. So if you want to chat in English, in French, in Spanish, in Hindi, there you go. You can have chatbots doing all of the above, and you just have to make sure you have the right ones for your website. But yeah, they can actually talk to you in a fairly conversational voice, right through your website. How cool is that? And of course,
So good.
are they easy to deploy? Cindy, does this require
So
like
easy.
days and days of coding, or this can be done like quickly?
It could be done so quickly. I think when
So,
we set up, when I set the one up on my website, and you can check it out and try to have a conversation with it. It was my first time, so I think it took me like 20 minutes to get it going. But then what's cool about it is you can train it and iterate, which I'm happy to show that if you want to see what it looks like,
yeah,
you can
we're
train it.
getting right into absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, there's no code chatbots are very easy to set up and deploy. Frankly, in a
Hmm.
matter of minutes, yeah, I mean, you may want to
Yeah.
spend some time, like an hour or so after you've deployed it to make sure it's trained correctly.
Hmm.
As Cindy said, right? It's getting, and I think then we have one more question, and then we'll jump into a live demo with Cindy. I think the last one is the most important one. I think are AI chatbots accurate? Because look, are they going to give your folks, the customers, the right answer, or are they going to give them leads, where they will go to your competitors? Hopefully
Mhm.
not. But Cindy, this is one question that especially website owners they do have. And
Yeah.
what's your take on this?
Yeah. I think one cool thing, we were looking at a chatbot with somebody this morning, and they're like, "Oh, I want to see the questions that people are asking." So we could go back through and see all the questions. And then we made sure that the chatbot had the correct best answer to each of those questions. So you can
Mhm.
use it as a marketing tool. Because if I know what questions my customers want to know about, I'm going to bake that into my marketing, right?
Yeah.
And so part of it is you're making it accurate based on what you tell it. But since you can give it a URL or multiple URLs to pull info from, it's going to pull from there. You can also make a Google Doc that you're continually updating with information. It's going to pull info from there.
Yes.
So I think we're pretty good in terms of accuracy when you know it's pulling from the sources you give it.
Absolutely. And I mean, so we have one of the chatbots involved deployed on the oGoing.net side. I believe it's TDO. And I mean, I was playing around the other day and I said, hey, when was oGoing founded? And it was a deliberate question. I don't believe we have it on one of the pages. So he's like, well, based on everything I know, I can guesstimate that it was founded on such and such date. Uh, so I mean, I said, okay, where did you get that info, right? So obviously it went online and looked around to see where it can find data on this. But obviously, then I said, okay, how do I make this chatbot, more accurate? So I went back into the panel, which is what Cindy is saying, and actually, and
Yeah.
it already had that. I had that question listed in there saying, look, I couldn't answer this question to the best of my knowledge, but I kind of guessed it here a little bit. So I said, look, it's founded in 2010 is officially the date. And they said, okay, so next time when May comes to the oGoing website or Kumu or Noah here, right? I mean, they will have the right answer, right? So it is 2010. But so the point to Cindy's point is that, yeah, you can make it more intelligent, make sure that it has the right data, the right information.
Mm-hmm.
And based on that, it just gets better and better in time, right? So with that, let's actually just a few examples. It doesn't mean these are the right chatbots for you. I just put some names here. And what I want to do now is have Cindy share with us what she does. There you go.
Okay. It's okay with everybody if I share screen and show a little back end of the chatbot? Is that cool?
Yeah, and if you're not talking, if you don't mind just muting your mic, folks, I'm going to do the same. Cindy, go ahead.
Oh yeah, okay. All right. So super simple implementation here. I'm going to use my website. That way I'm not like revealing any client secrets or anything like that. So you're welcome to go there, play with it, try it, whatever you want. So this, I've been to my website before and I gave it my name, so it knows who I am. It's like, hey, you're back. How can I help today? So you can do your chatting in here. It's going to ask you different information and replies back. And exactly like Sanjay said, we're going to train it. So I've got a couple screens open that show how to do that. So the first thing I did is, and I have Kokoro Connect. So that's our branded software that gives you things. But the ones that Sanjay are talking about too are perfectly good as well. So you got different options out there. So this is the actual chat widget. I'm like crazy, I know, to go in and edit it right here because it's actually in my site, but whatever. I wanted to show it. I thought I could um I
Love
could
it.
show I could
Yeah.
I could like make a fake one, but I thought, oh, I'm just gonna go show the actual one. So it kind
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
has different info here that you are going to go in and give it the title and the information. You're going to choose if you want it to be a live chat bot, so you can get in there yourself and reply, or if you want AI to do the chatting for you. And so then you go in and set up different messaging and different things like that. So pretty sweet. And then in a different section, you'd go into the conversation AI if I want to use AI. Again, you could have it set up to be a live chat situation, like you said, but I don't know. I'm a small business. I just have a couple people on my team. So I love the AI because I just ask people, hey, you want to book an appointment? And so we set up, you can see you've got your regular bot settings right here. And then you've got, you can configure the intent. So my intent is to get on a call with me so that I can give value in like 15 minutes on a call and help someone know the next thing to do in their marketing. And then in future, if they want to hire us to do work, great. And if not, I helped them, great. Everybody's happy. So that's always my intent is like get on a call. And then for the bot training, you just go in and like you talked about Sanjay, you can give it URLs. So I have it looking at different URLs on the website and you just, add another one in. And then you can go in and manually add QA. So you could just type in your
Hmm.
question and answer. And then take it to the next level by going to the bot trial right here. And this is kind of like where you do the training. And so we could ask it a question and see what kind of marketing do you do? And if I like the answer, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. And so it says, we specialize in this. Would you like to do a call? I like that answer. I think that's perfectly good. I'll give it a thumbs up. If I would give it a thumbs down, then it'll ask you to put in the answer you do want and it catalogs that. So even if you kind of liked it, but you want to change it a little bit, you can always you can always train it like that. And so then once everything's all set to your liking, super simple to install it on your site. You just go to either get code and then it just tells you put the code in the body or the footer section of your website, or you can use a WordPress plugin. So if you aren't feeling savvy with your website, you could give this to someone and it would take them under 5 minutes to do it for sure. And the result is you've got this chatbot on your site and it's learning as you go, and it's pretty cool. So I don't know, questions
Yeah,
about
and
that?
I love it, Cindy, and it has your logo or your face on there, so it's personal.
Mm-hmm.
It's I call it the Cindy bot. Yeah, there you go. It
Cindy
works.
bot. I
Cindy
played
bot.
around with different things. I had the logo in there and I'm like, I just put my picture in, whatever.
Yeah, so I use something similar. I just want to show the end result as to how this
Yes,
can
I
be
want to see
helpful
yours.
for generating leads. Leads. There you go. So this is the oGoing chatbot. This is on our website. So I just come here, and what's cool is, I don't know what it's going to do yet, but as soon as I say what's going on, or I ask a question, he's asking me because, I mean, I'm trying to generate leads, right? So here I mean, of course, people may type in whatever they want, but I'll type in my second email, or that's my first email. But this, what it does is, this is where how you can generate a lead form, right? So I'm just, a chatbot can be, organized to do that. And I don't know how it's going to answer that either. How can I help you today? Why should I use oGoing? There you go. So I'm just asking free form questions. I have not trained my chatbot like Cindy has more extensively. I'm just going to let them have a go at it. And there you go. Why should I use oGoing? There are several compelling reasons why you should consider using oGoing. And there you go. It gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 reasons. How about that? I love it.
I love that. I love that. That's
What is
sweet.
the cost, right? Because obviously the next thing people have is it's going to cost me a lot of money. And again, these are things. There you go. oGoing essential, not bad. Two main plans, 99 a year, 399 per year. Each plans come with its own features. Would you like me to provide more details? Yes. And now I click on it and it goes right to where our plans are. There you go. How cool is that?
It's so
So
good.
again, simple chatbot, but it can add a lot of value. And I'm still training it, right? It still isn't 100%. I don't know when it likes to go offline and when it's not. I'm going to try to figure that out. But sometimes, it does go offline, and yeah, and yeah, it answers questions. Is messaging?
I just think about like if you got one
Yeah,
more
yeah,
appointment per month,
exactly.
like what is that worth to you? And that is like such a low bar because I feel like it's going to bring in at least one more appointment. If you're like a services business, like a chiropractor or
Yeah,
something, if it brought in one more appointment a week, like, oh my gosh, like easy pays for all the stuff pays for itself in like a second.
completely right. And by the way, I haven't even put this question in there, right? But somehow it figures it out, and I love how it adds
Oh, I
these
love that.
beautiful emojis and all this fun
It's
stuff.
very
It's
cool.
fun. It's fun,
Yeah.
right? So guys,
Yeah.
get on the chatbot bandwagon. I think it's fantastic. You're gonna love it. And let's take a couple of questions, and then we will talk about the next upcoming session. What do you all think so far? You can unmute your mic and share away messages. Let's see on the chat. The cost,
I
yes.
I love this. I'm excited. It's reasonable, uh, and I think I can sell this to my friends. Yes, I can
Right.
do that. Yeah, I can get them to buy. My plan.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
love
Sell
it,
just
Meg.
stuff for you.
Yeah,
If I sell a bunch of stuff for you, will I get some credit somewhere so I can get you to do things for me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. All right.
Definitely.
I love you
Got to
guys.
make it a win-win.
I,
Must win-win
thanks.
I have to
It has to
run.
be a win-win,
I
Meg.
have an appointment.
by May.
Thank you,
See you.
Meg. But thanks for the beautiful comment. Love it. Noah, you had a comment?
Yeah, I am in the process actually of moving my site. It's like a Dudo site now, moving it over to WordPress and probably into my Grow High Level itself. So it's just, I mean,
Yeah.
with what I do, it's just like I like 2 weeks ago, I got someone that texted me at like 9 in the morning and 9 at night, and I'm like, I don't have time to
Right.
I don't want potential clients to be texting me at 9 at night, but B, it should be automation, book don't ask me all these questions, book a discovery call. Don't ask me these questions that they're
100%
just
agree.
fishing for. And it's just like, if you're interested, book a call, because otherwise I don't have time to go back and forth.
No, I think it does allow you to have another person do this conversation, right, on your behalf. And I think it's a lot of fun now. So yeah, it does work for generating leads and qualifying leads. I think this is what you mean with like make sure it's qualified.
Oh, totally.
Kumu, how about you? You had a question? Kumu, go ahead.
No, I just had two things. One is a comment that I absolutely hate chatbots. I hate bots. I hate anything like, I hate chatting unless it is directly with a live agent. But it is very powerful because you get so much information right away, so that's very good. And my new logo for my initiative is AI generated, and they did a very good job with that. So I'm happy about that.
Awesome. Awesome. No, I think it's making more and more folks believers. And I mean, look, there's always the ability to call the owner or the company, right? That we're never going to take that away, or even send them a message that they can respond back to later on. So if they're not available, so I think those things are still going to be there. And some of these chatbots. So let me just quickly share the screen. And I'm sure Cindy's probably as well, but they do integrate with your messaging, right? So let's say you're using WhatsApp or messaging, Messenger, Slack, right? So a lot of these guys they do. So part of it is
Hmm.
you can actually use them wherever your customers can message you with. Somebody had a question earlier on LinkedIn, whether any of these chatbots integrate on LinkedIn. I think it was Meg.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
that's a great question. I think we need to know the answer to that, Cindy. I don't know about
I don't
LinkedIn
think
messaging.
LinkedIn likes, they wouldn't like that. But
No,
but
They
what's
wouldn't.
like you said, Instagram and any of the Meta and
I
WhatsApp
have
Yeah.
those
all
through.
all
Meta, yep.
integrate with this as well.
But
Yeah, but
the
LinkedIn won't.
problem is, Brandon, the problem with LinkedIn is you get so many messages are basically that are sales calls, and they're basically done through advertising agencies or whatever, the way it's
Yeah.
sponsored, whatever. So half the messages, I'm not even on LinkedIn as much as I used to, because it's just so salesy.
Yeah. So I did something similar, Noah. What I did is so I'm on it, but I stopped taking incoming, I would say connection requests, basically, unless somebody knows my email specifically, right, or somebody that I've met. So basically, that helps a lot because now I'm able to better manage who I already have and not have all these incoming appointments, trying to sell me XYZ all the time, right? Because it's hard to say no once people send you a connect request, right? And I think LinkedIn probably also realizes it, so now they're asking people to follow you as opposed to just connect with you all the time. So you have a choice as well when you set up your profile, whether you want people to hit that connect button or would you rather just have them follow you, right? And that seems to alleviate. But having said that, it's not a perfect solution. We still have ways to go. So but I think this chat is awesome. We'll stay focused on that. And next session coming up on October 9th, folks. And again, we're going to embed the AI element to this as to how you generate some amazing leads by using webinars such as Zoom sessions or on your favorite tool that you use. It could be Google Meet or Microsoft Teams, whatever you use. But the point is, can you actually generate some great leads, by having that as a way, to grow your business. So again, marketing with webinars, and that's our next session coming up. Cindy, any couple of points on that?
Ooh, we do webinars with clients all the time and have a free template that we use, and I will share that out on that session. Yes.
Oh,
I
that'd
think
be
we've
great.
hosted 2 this week already, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, love, please do share the templates. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody loves
Yeah,
those.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah. It's that.
yep. And for folks who are local, come on over tomorrow evening at the fabulous Duck Club. Be part of the nature and beautiful, the Sandwalk Marsh, great location to have our business roundtable. So hopefully some of you will be there tomorrow evening at 6 p.m.
Wish I
With
could
that, it's
have another event in Anaheim. There's too many events this week.
yeah. I think folks are coming back and sharing and attending a lot of face to face. So that's the way it should be, right? So, besides Zoom, of course.
Exactly.
Any other questions, folks? I think we call it a day.
No, I don't think
Cindy, any takeaways?
Oh, I'm just all about if you got one more appointment booked a month, what would that mean to you? Like, that's just where my mind keeps going. So
Yeah.
something to ponder.
One more appointment and one less uh, support query, which could have been easily answered. There you go. So I would say on both hands, AI chatbots for your website, awesome tool, awesome addition, and connect with either Cindy or me, and we will help you put it on. How about
Yeah.
that?
Perfect. Good to see you.
All right, folks.
Thanks,
Have a
everybody.
great Wednesday. Yep. Yeah.
Sanjay, can I